Hello peeps, and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Nightdagger. Alright, as promised, today we're going to be working on some Nuclearcraft stuff, because I want to play around with it and see how we're doing. I've done a little bit off camera. Mostly it was just processing the materials I'm going to need for the reactor, but I also decided to run an energy conduit back through the wall here and into my into my energy cell, because I'm tired of having to rely on the throughput of these and which one prioritizes which. These tend to drain first, which means my reactor is largely unused. As you can see, I've only gone through 14 cyanide ingots in the entire time I've had this thing running. And this thing's been running for hours, because it doesn't want to default to this, it wants to default to that, which honestly I'm kind of okay with, because this is infinitely renewable, and that's not. But still, I want to have higher throughput. So now I have higher throughput. So, let's get started with Nuclearcraft. Now, for comparison, I am going to build a reactor the same size as this one, roughly. It's going to be an internal 3 by 3 by 3 by 5. Wait, this is an internal 3 by 3, isn't it? Well, I mean, yeah, it's only an internal 3 by 3. Derp. I messed up. Oh well. Whoops. There's a reason for that. You know what? I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change it. It's fine. We're cool. Reactor casings. So, a Nuclearcraft reactor is kind of built the same way as this, except you only fill in the sides. You don't fill in the corners. So, we're going to do 25 on the bottom. We're going to do 3 in each wall, or 15 in each wall. I may actually need more of these. I'm going to need more of these. We'll fill out the ceiling. Okay, and I'm going to need some torches here so that you can see the inside of it. And we'll go ahead and place our remaining 6 here, and we'll get a few more. Reactor casings are pretty simple. They're just basic plating and tough alloy. Graphite. I need some more of you, please. And we need to set you back to output. So totally forgot to do that. So that's going to give me some more basic plating. And this is going to give me, along with some tough alloy, some more reactor casing. Now, I'm not going to fill the whole thing in yet, but I will need to eventually fill the front with these casings too. But you can see what's happening here. In the corner, there's no connection between these, if that makes any sense. You don't want to have the thing filled out completely like this. Imagine this, but you take the edge blocks out. Only the faces are covered, not the corners. And we'll just put stone in here for now. I'll fix it later. Alright. The next thing we're going to need, aside from a few more reactor casings, is the fission controller, which I already have. And I actually already have a few reactor casings too. We'll just grab a handful more of those. Oh, I've got transparent casings. Derp. I don't even need the reactor casings. That's fine though. It's fine. Okay. We'll break these out. And I have, what, 8 of these? So what we'll do is we'll do reactor casings up like this, and then we'll use the transparent casings for the front. Now, when we attach our fission controller, this should be recognized as a reactor. It is a 5x3x5 fission reactor. Okay, so that's our start. Now, we need to fill the inside of this thing. With Reactorcraft, you have 3 choices of things that you can fill the inside of a reactor with. You can fill it with reactor cells, which is tough alloy and glass. We're going to get 8 of these, I think. You can fill it with moderator blocks, which is graphite, or is it beryllium? Yeah, beryllium. Graphite or beryllium works as a moderator. Moderators increase a reactor's efficiency, but produce additional heat. And then the last thing that you can fill it with is coolers. So, let's get our reactor casings in. Or reactor cells. I'm going to put 4 reactor cells like this, and then 4 reactor cells like this. Alright? We're going to get some graphite blocks. We're going to start with 8. I may end up needing more. I have not done this reactor design off camera, so what you guys are seeing is the learning process. We're going to put reactor moderator blocks there. That is going to improve the heat of this thing. So, casing incomplete, blah, 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 yeah. Let's go ahead and complete the casing and see what it says. Okay, no fuel. I don't know how to tell it what fuel to use. But we'll come back to that. The next thing we're going to need is cooling blocks, which there are a bunch of different types of coolers here. There's water coolers, redstone coolers, quartz cooler, gold cooler, lapis, diamond, liquid helium, indarium, cryothium, yada, 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 yada. There's a bunch of them. Now, you might ask, well, if we look at this, the diamond cooler cools 150 heat per tick, and the water cooler only cools 60. Why wouldn't you just use diamond everywhere? These things all have rules that have to be followed. For example, the water cooler must touch at least 1 reactor cell or an active moderator block. Which means, if I wanted to put a water cooler in here, I could put one right there, because it would touch an active cell. I could put one here, because it would touch an active graphite block that's a moderator. I could not put it in the corner, because it wouldn't touch either. It will physically go there, but it will do absolutely nothing. So, I know a couple of blocks that I want to use. I want to start with indarium. First, we're going to need some empty coolers. We're going to grab, I think, 32 to start. We're going to start with indarium coolers. I'm going to grab 8 of these. It will be 8. I forgot I didn't finish cooking up my indarium base. I was busy making vibrant alloy. Alright, so we can put you in here. We can put you in here. The indarium coolers cool 120 heat per tick, must touch exactly 3 reactor casings at exactly 1 vertex. Well, a vertex is the edge of a block, like the line. So, at 1 vertex, right here, indarium blocks will be placed in the corners. And then the last 2 will go here. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to look for something to put on the top here. Let's see. Redstone coolers have to touch at least one reactor cell. They cool 90. Quartz has to touch a moderator. It cools 70. Gold has to touch an active water cooler and an active redstone cooler. Water coolers have to touch a reactor cell or an active moderator. So, redstone has to touch a moderator. Water has to touch a reactor cell. Or both of these have to touch reactor cells, and then gold has to touch an active water cooler and an active redstone. So, what I can do is I can put a water cooler in the top next to all of these, a redstone cooler in the bottom, and I can put a gold cooler on the side, or in the middle, because it will fulfill all of the criteria. But, do I want to do that? This has to touch a reactor cell and a reactor casing, and it cools 120. It's the same coolant, but it might give me the option to use something else here and here. You can see 90 and 60, they both have to touch reactor cells, so it doesn't make sense to use the water, redstone, gold. Because water, redstone, gold, 120, 90, 60, right? Well, if I just use a lapis cooler instead, this is touching a reactor casing. So is this. That's 120, 120, and then I can just use, well, I have to have something that can touch a moderator block. We'll come back to that. What can just touch, well, iron has to touch an active gold. That has to touch an active moderator and a reactor cell. That has to touch a glowstone cooler. Tin has to be between two active lapis coolers. So, tin, I'm thinking lapis, tin, lapis. Because 120, 120, 120. Now, the moderator, what I might do is I might do water, water, and, well, is there anything that just has to touch water coolers? Quartz cooler. What's a quartz cooler? Has to touch an active moderator. So, quartz, well, I don't have enough diamonds to do a diamond cooler anyway, so. So let's start out with the lapis, lapis, tin. So we're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So we need 8 tin coolers and 16 lapis coolers. And what do the lapis coolers take? Blocks of lapis, of course. So we'll need 32 blocks of lapis. May as well just do that. There's my 16 lapis coolers. Okay. I need to tear this casing open on the corner here. I can put the reactor casing there. Alright, so lapis coolers have to touch a reactor cell and a reactor casing. That's valid placement for all of those. Tin has to touch 2 active lapis coolers on the same axis. Got it, got it. And actually, got it, got it. Now, what can just touch a reactor casing? Actually, glowstone has to touch 2 active moderators. Is there anything that has to touch just a glowstone? Yeah, a copper cooler just has to touch an active glowstone. So we'll put copper coolers in here. Let's go ahead and do these. I'm actually going to need more tin coolers, because I've modified the design on the fly. So let's get... Oh, I ran out of cooling blocks. And I ran out of tough alloy. That's going to be a problem. I could have swore I made enough of this crap. Steel and boron is ferroboron. Steel, boron. I have ferroboron, so I just need lithium. I'll make more ferroboron and all that crap later. Lithium and ferroboron will give me more tough alloy. Okay, there's my 4 extra tin coolers. I'm actually going to need even more, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to need more. Okay, before I go too far, though, in the corners, I have an empty spot in between my 2 Enderium coolers. This, I think, a reactor casing and an active moderator. That doesn't apply. 2 active lapis doesn't apply. An active gold won't apply. 2 reactor cells won't apply. Although that will apply between here. I can put the cryothium coolers in the top. Is there anything that just touches the housing? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we'll just leave the corners empty then. There we go. Now I want to finish out this area before I go any further. I'm going to need a lot more reactor casings, and I'm going to need some cryothium dust. That's what this thing over here is producing for me. This is a glacial precipitator. It produces snowballs off of this infinite water source, which is a Nuclearcraft thing, which I've discovered, produces 10 water per tick constantly without making noise. I love it. You can upgrade these. So I'm going to be changing all of my aqueous accumulators at some point to these, because these don't make noise, and I hate the noise. But glacial precipitator is producing snowballs. This is taking snowballs and liquid experience from my experience obelisk, and making shit tons of blizz powder. I'm also going to want to get a couple stacks of snowballs, because I'm going to need a lot of cryothium dust. Should speed this up. It's only 20 RF a tick. Yeah, I'm probably going to want to speed this up. Alright, give me more snowballs, thank you. Okay, there's a stack. That will be enough to produce... I think that's enough, actually. Let's grab our tough alloy. Let's make the empty coolers. We'll make 32 more. I'll need them eventually, so... Cryothium coolers. 8 total. These will go in the reactor in between these cooling cells. 1 more will go here. Now, in between here, we're going to put copper coolers. Because copper coolers just require an active glowstone cooler. The glowstone cooler has to touch 2 moderators. The graphite's a moderator. So, we're going to need 4 copper coolers. We're going to need 4 glowstone coolers. There we go. Pop back in here. Now, this cooling is probably going to be ridiculous amounts of overkill. But there's no kill like overkill. And then in between here, I can't really do anything. I could put moderators in to allow another coolant, but a moderator that's not touching a reactor cell does nothing except increase heat. It's kind of pointless. So, oh, the glowstone ones actually go off light. That's cool. Okay, so glowstone one goes there. Lapis. Lapis. I need tins. Need 4 more tins. Okay, come on. Get in there. Thank you. Okay. Tin. Tin. Lapis. Copper. Tin. Lapis. Tin. Why do I have an extra cryothium cooler? Because I'm a derp. Cryothium. Copper. Tin. Click. Lapis. Indarium. And one more indarium cooler. Should round out my basic reactor design. We close this reactor casing up. And minus 6,920 heat per tick. So, I can produce up to 6,920 heat every tick. Let's see how much our thorium fuel pellet gives us. TBU. TBU fuel in this thing is producing 1,120 RF a tick. So, it's going to produce, let's see, efficiency 233%. What I could actually do is I could put reactor cells in here to increase the burn rate. It'll also increase the heat, but that's not a problem. So if we put a reactor cell here, here, close that up, dig around to the back, come on, get up there. Well then, cave here, okay. Cell, casing, cell, casing. We'll just go ahead and light this. I kind of want to keep it. Okay, we're now producing 1,360 RF a tick with 12 cells. Our efficiency dropped a little bit, but we still have more than enough cooling to run this type of fuel. The last thing I want to do before I fire this thing up is connect it to power. This is my fission controller. There. That's where I need to be. I'm gonna need more of these, aren't I? Let's go get a few more. I'm gonna need them eventually anyway. So, ender energy conduits. We'll just pick up 2 more crafts. And we'll pop in here. There we go. All connected up. Now, all I have to do to make this thing go is give it a redstone signal. So let's get a lever. And we're producing power. Right now the power doesn't have anywhere to go. So it's just going to fill the internal buffer. We're going to fix that shortly. But you can see it works. Let's turn that back off. And, yep. So, we have a reactor running. Comparatively, it is nowhere near as powerful as this. It's also quite a bit more expensive if you stop to think about it. But, if you look at how slow the fuel burnup is, I think it's actually really worth it. Not to mention, we're using the entry-level fuel, and this is what we're getting. Once I have access to some of the higher tier fuels, that will go up. And quite honestly, I want more cooling in that reactor than I have to have anyway, simply because, unlike Extreme Reactors, Nuclearcraft has negative consequences if you overload a reactor. Things go wrong. It doesn't blow up, but it melts down, and it makes a mess. Alright, so, we were speaking about increasing our power capacity. That's going to be done via vibrant capacitor banks. Electrical steel, vibrant crystals, octadic capacitors. Octadic capacitors are double layers, vibrant, and glowstone blocks. These are energetic alloy, pulverized, basic capacitors. Ba-dum. I cannot disagree with what the guys in Discord are saying. Because they're saying that the person who briefed our Space Engineers server is a dick. And they are. And we know who it is. But we decided not to say anything about it because, well, what's the point? They're locked out now. Who cares? Alright, tell me I have enough glowstone. I have nowhere near enough glowstone. Might have enough for one. I don't have anywhere near enough energetic alloy. That's a problem. So I need more glowstone. Let's go to the nether. Yoink. Wouldn't be a dagger episode if I didn't forget something and have to make a trip on camera, would it? This is a lot more easy to manage, though, now that I have creative mode flight. Since I need glowstone blocks, I could have just put my silk touch attachment on this thing, but... it's fine. not that much difference anyway. Might lose 1 or 2 pieces here or there. Now, I have a question. This, aside from modded packs, because I've used this stuff before on modded packs, but aside from recipes that are added by other mod creators, what the hell is the point of this shit? This stuff, and there's a block in the nether that I've never found a point for either. And why is there a mushroom growing on a glowstone block? I have questions. Don't think I'm going to get answers. There. How much is that? That's enough for now. Home base, not home home. Okay, and going to the nether doesn't trigger the bug where I can't break stuff, so I don't know why the end does it and the nether doesn't. Okay, so we'll grab a stack of you, a stack of you, and a stack of you, and we're going to make you into some vibrant. And we're going to put you away, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Okay. I really wish this thing ran faster. Is there a better way to make vibrant? Pulverized gold and energetic blend. Energetic blend... Actually, that is faster. I think. I think that's going to be faster. Do I even have to use the... No, I can just use regular gold. Okay. So, you and you gives me energetic blend. You and you gives me vibrant. Or energetic. Nice. It's a little faster. Plus I can ramp this thing all the hell if I want. I mean, I'm using 1.5 KR a tick. It's not like I'm not producing plenty of power. Okay, so capacitors. I'm going to start with basics. I'm going to make a shit ton of them. 49 to start. I'm going to turn them all into dual layers. We had enough for 11. That's not going to be enough. I need 16 at least. There we go. And turn those into octadics, like that. And vibrant capacitor banks. 4 electrical steel, vibrant crystal, 4 octadics. Electrical steel. Really? Induction smelt, steel, and silicon. Or alloy smelt. Pulverized coal. Disable you. Pulverize me some coal, please. And for you, silicon. Yeah, sure. We'll do a half stack for now. There we go. And you, and you. Yeah, that is definitely significantly faster. There's enough for the first one. Alright, so vibrant capacitor bank. Let's not let it do that. It's sucking the power out of my flux capacitor. Okay, so this thing holds 250 mil, or 25 million micro-infinity of energy. A micro-infinity is the same as RF. So, this holds 50, right? This, however, if we put this down, click, this has a max input-output of 25,000. This has a max input-output of 25,000. I want my crescent hammer for this. So we're going to crescent hammer that thing off, pop the vibrant capacitor bank on there. That's going to immediately start charging, and it's going to start drawing an absolute shit ton of power. And this thing is not going to turn itself back on, and I haven't figured out why it does this. Okay, now it's fired up, and now we set this back to 100 and commit, and it's still running. So this is producing 4.7 KRF tick. This is producing 1,360K, or 1,360, yada yada. Okay, so this thing is quickly filling up. Let's go get this. And let's make another one. We need a vibrant crystal, which means we need vibrant nuggets. Thank you. Yoink. And disco. There we go. By attaching multiples, we increase the total power storage. So, this thing now holds 50 million microinfinity, but it's holding at 50,000 input-output. I've doubled my in-out, basically. This thing is now basically just a large battery that I can carry around and plug into whatever I want. If I need anything that requires more than 25,000 RF tick, probably have problems. it requires more than that. But yeah, that gives us a good start for this. After I get some more vibrant and everything cooked up, actually, how many capacitors do I have left? 13? Not quite enough. But I do have one octadic already, so let's make 6 more double layers. To make 3 more octadics. We'll break one of you down into vibrant to get another vibrant crystal, and we'll get another vibrant capacitor bank. Yoink. Now we hold 750 million RF, and we are capable of outputting 75,000 RF a tick. This thing, by the way, will keep up with that. Why is this inputting? Oh, I'm currently burning 14.7 K RF a tick somewhere. What? What's burning that much power? Nothing's burning that much power. That is an output. Inputting 9.9K. Disable. Let's set that to push power. Okay, it's pushing power, But where's it pushing it to? I just want to change it back to normal. I don't know why. Why it's doing that. I will have to find that out. Buffer. This is my output, so network connections. Flux point output. 14.4 KRF a tick. You are at X1170 Z192. $170? 192. Yeah, that's outputting air. It's outputting 14.4. What? Oh, shit. Okay, that's a problem. I see what it's doing. I have a feedback loop. Oops. See how upset I am about that. Yeah, I had a feedback loop. That's what was causing the problem. Let's light this up. And let's go ahead and punch out that square right there. We'll connect that like that. That way we're not connecting to that. Oh, this thing's already almost dead. Huh, I'm gonna need more thorium. "12 cells is burning through that fuel pretty quick. It's still not burning through as fast as this is, I don't think. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Regardless, it's a cool mod. That is now completely full. You are now outputting a much more reasonable 300 RF tick, because I'm not charging and discharging this thing. And you are now starting to build power. And you are now starting to build power. So I'm going to shut this off for now, and that's where I'm going to call this episode. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Nightdagger with episode, you know what, I can't even remember what episode this is now, of Mod of Minecraft with Nightdagger. I might clean some things up off camera and go ahead and patch my walls all up and everything. And when I get back, we will take a look at something else that I've been meaning to do for a long time now, and we'll start getting some auto crafting going in this stupid base. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'll catch you later, peeps.